Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from Group 4 from Section 2 class, and today we are going to have a presentation on our mini research entitled The Student's Perspective Toward Bullying in School. Before that, let me introduce myself and my group members. My name is Nik Muhammad Irfan Hakimi. Together with me, Nur Shazlin Auji, Muhammad Nasir, Hamiza, and also Muhammad Hafiz. All right, so let's have a quick preview on our presentation today. So we will cover introduction, the objective, and we will proceed with the research methodology and proceed with the most important part of our mini research, which is findings and analysis, and we will finish it with the discussion and conclusion. All right, so let me start with the introduction. All right, so according to Abricon Costa, bully can be defined as a simple act of aggressiveness. So he stated that it is a complicated issues that frequently leave a significant emotional wounds and effect on the social and scholastic growth. Okay, so uh, bullying is a widespread problem in school. We can say it all across the world, all across the globe, which can has a lasting impact on the early years of many teenagers. Apart from that, according to work, bullying is one type of violent behavior among children that can have a major and a long lasting effect. So in his point of, in their point of view, he view bullying is a act which occurs when students being hurt or cheated another student, which is including many kind of act of aggressiveness. Okay, all right. So next part, I'm going to explain on the type of bully. So bully can be characterized into many categories. All right. So the first one is physical bullying. So this type of bullying is considering of physical touchings, including shoving, kicking, and hitting. So the next one will be the verbal bullying. So under the verbal bullying, the students tend to do act of insulting, teasing, mocking, and as well as name calling. Apart from that, so the next type of bullying is social or relational bullying. So in this scope of bullying, so the students tend to use the social interaction in order to isolate someone who they think weak or different from them, by excluding them from that particular organization or activity. So this kind of people tend to create rumors or spreading the rumors about that person in order to make others people not to be friend with him or her. All right, so the next one is cyberbullying, the most famous type of bullying nowadays. Okay, all right. So cyberbullying can happen when someone is being harassed, threatened, or embarrassed by using any kind of technology. So this one is including direct texting or as well as by provoking and posting anything that not nice toward that person in any social platform like Instagram, Facebook, and etc. All right. So next, I will proceed with the effect of bully. So of course, throughout the research, there are a lot of effects of bully, and the most major effect that being highlighted is emotional distress. So when someone or that person is caught by emotional distress, so it will lead to other kind of effect like depression, and it will make that person to be anxious, and as well will lead that person to be having a low self-esteem. Okay, all right. So it is quite, we call it a kind of chain, because when that person tend to have all that effect that I stated before, it will affect her or his academic performance. This is because mostly when we say that those the victim of bullying come from those who are excellent in education. So when they caught up, when they involved in this issue, so they tend to think a lot about uh, about themselves, about the problem that they face. So at the end of the day, they will affect its focus during the class, during the studies, and so on. Okay, all right. So of course, the grade, the PNG or CGPA will drop from time to time. All right. So next, when all the when the students are having all the effects, like I stated before, of course they are tend to have physical symptoms, uh, like uh, they tend to feel sick. Okay, they tend to be sick. So these sick include they are going to start to feel headache, stomach ache, and also trouble in sleeping. All right. So next, so last but not least, uh, of course, the social disengagement among students can happen. All right. So the victim tend to stay away from all the activities that they are used to do. Uh, they tend to break away this on the social situation or schools, because their concern is more on the bullying. All right. Okay, next, let's proceed with the causes of bully. So, of course, there are many reasons why bullying occurs in school. Bullying in school can result from several kinds of causes, and including the peer pressure. So, students may engage in bullying as a way to blend, or in other words, we can say that they want to win their peers' approval. It is also because of the desire of power or control. All right. So because nowadays kids use bullying as a tools or way to feel better about themselves, or to show that they are in charge in that particular situation. All right. Okay, next. What I'm trying to say that, so other than that, it is suggested that this bully occurred because of lack of empathy. So this kind of reasons can be appeared in many students nowadays. All right. So the next one, uh, the next one, I think, last but not least. So the most concern and the major causes and impact, the causes of bully. All right. So it come from the home environment. Right. This is because the kids or the children who encounter the bad environment at home, they tend to have a lack of emotional support at home. So they try to to have a similar manners at school. That's the reason they try to show that they are in charge at school, for example. All right. So the last one is social media. So nowadays there are a lot of video regarding to bully at any platform of social media. So students nowadays tend to influence by that kind of video, and of course, um, they at first place they didn't know that it is a bad thing until they did it to other students. All right, so I think that's all from me. I will pass this presentation to the next presenter. All right, thank you.
Let's proceed to the objective and questions. Okay, first, today I will be presenting our research on bullying in schools. As we know, bullying is a pervasive issue that affect countless students worldwide, leaving lasting impacts on their well-being, academic performance, and social interaction. Okay, so our research aim to provide a comprehensive understanding of this issue by exploring its prevalence, causes, consequence, and the effectiveness of strategies to combat it. Okay, we proceed to the next slide. Okay, the first one is research objective. Okay, bullying in school has long-lasting effect on students' well-being, academic performance, and social interactions. Understanding the prevalent causes and impact of bullying is crucial for developing effective strategies to address and mitigate this problem. Okay, our mini research project aims to provide a comprehensive understanding of bullying by examining its frequency, underlying causes, and the consequence it has on victims. Okay, let's take a look to the objective. Okay, the first objective is the first one is here the objective of our research project on bullying cases in school. First is determine the extent and frequency of bullying incidents within the school. The second is explore the underlying causes and factors contributing to bullying behavior. Okay. The third is assess the impact of bullying on victims' academic performance, mental health, and social interaction. Uh, the fourth one is identify and evaluate existing strategies and programs for preventing and addressing bullying. And the last objective is provide actionable recommendation for school policies and interventions to reduce bullying and support affected students. So this objective will help us create a comprehensive understanding of bullying in school and guide uh, effort to create a safer and more supportive environment for students. Okay. Additionally, okay. The study will evaluate existing strategies and programs aimed at preventing and addressing bullying, and offer actionable recommendation for school policies and interventions. By achieving this objective, the research hope to contribute to the creation of a safer and more supportive educational environment for all students. Okay, let's go to the questions. Okay, the research question. Okay, bullying is a significant concern in educational institution worldwide, affecting to the well-being and academic performance of countless students. To effectively address this issue, it is essential to delve into various aspects of bullying within the school environment. Okay, our research aims to explore the prevalence, causes, and consequences of bullying and evaluate the existing strategies and programs in place to combat it. So the research questions formulated for this study seek to provide a deeper understanding of these dimensions, uh, ultimately guiding the development of more effective interventions and policies. Okay, um, so we go through the um, to the questions. Okay, here are the research question. Okay, the question is, what is the extent and frequency of bullying incidents within the school? Okay, the second question is, what are the underlying causes and factors contributing to bullying behavior among students? Third question, how does bullying impact victims' academic performance, mental health, and social interactions? The fourth is, what existing strategies and programs are in place for preventing and addressing bullying, and how effective are they? Okay, the last question is, what actionable recommendation can be made for school policies and interventions to reduce bullying and support affected students? Okay, this question will guide our research to comprehensively understand and address bullying in schools. For the conclusion of this part is, in conclusion, our research is dedicated to shedding light on the multifaceted issue of bullying in schools. By exploring the prevalence, causes, and impacts of bullying, as well as evaluating the effectiveness of current strategies and programs, we aim to provide actionable insight that can lead to a safer and more supportive educational environment for all students. Okay, thank you for your attention. Okay.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Shazlin Auji binti Noisri. I'm from Group 4. So I will continue by introducing the methodology for this research on students' perspective towards bullying in schools. Okay, this research uses a quantitative survey-based approach. We choose this approach to statistically analyze, structure the data on various aspects of bullying, such as its prevalence, types, students' personal experience, and their comfort in reporting incidents. So, by using a cross-sectional design, we aim to capture a snapshot of students' perspective across different age groups and allowing us to see if views differ based on student grade levels and experience. Okay, for the participant, our target participant are 60 students from three different MRSM schools in Malaysia. Okay, the schools are MRSM Bagan Datuk, MRSM Merbuk, and also MRSM Johor Bahru, representing students from Form 2 to Form 4 with age range from 14 to 17. So we use a convenient sampling method to select these students, which provide us with easy access to participants while aiming to include a balance in gender and academic performance. So before the survey, we held an introductory session at each school. So this session allowed us to explain the study's purpose, emphasize confidentiality, and encourage honesty in their responses. Okay, next, for data collection tool, we use a Google Form survey with 10 structured questions. So this question covers several key areas. First is demographic, okay, which is like age to help analyze responses. Second, frequency and form of bullying. This type question is witnessed at school to understand how common bullying is and the types of student encounter most. And the third is personal experience and impact, including the question on whether they have been victims and the effect on their well-being and academics. Okay. Fourth, comfort in reporting incident and their perception of the school response to bullying. Okay. And number five, causes of bullying and awareness. This type of question is to explore what students think drive the bullying behavior. And the sixth, lastly, we have an open-ended question for suggestion on improving the school environment to reduce bullying. Okay, next, for the procedure, the survey was administered in each MRSM school through a secure Google form link. So this made it easy for students to access the survey during their free time or homeroom periods, ensuring a comfortable and non-pressure environment for participation. So before starting, students will read an informed consent statement explaining the study's purpose, so the voluntary nature of participation and confidentiality will be measured. So we also emphasize that they could withdraw anytime without any negative impact. So researcher will present to assist or answer the question during the survey, further ensuring the students felt comfortable throughout the process. Okay, next for data analysis. Our data analysis approach includes both quantitative and also qualitative methods. Okay, for the question 1 through the 9, we apply descriptive statistic to calculate the frequencies, the percentage, and also the means. So this help us identify the patterns such as how often students witness the bullying or feel comfortable to reporting the incidents. For the question 10, the open-ended question, we used thematic analysis to group similar responses and discover common themes. So we rely on the statistical software like SPSS and also Excel to ensure the accuracy and efficiency in our data analysis. And we plan to use graph and chart to visually present the findings, so making it easier for stakeholders to interpret the results. Okay, next for the ethical consideration, since bullying is a sensitive subject, so we made ethical consideration a top priority. We ensure that responses were completely anonymous, so no identifying information was collected. So participation was entirely voluntary, and students could skip any question they felt uncomfortable to answer or withdraw from the survey at any time. So we also obtain informed consent and review the study with school authorities to comply with all institutional policies. So finally, we inform students of support service available if any question triggered the emotional distress to ensure they felt support throughout the process. For the limitation, okay, it is essential to acknowledge this study's limitation. First, using a convenient sampling method could introduce selection bias, means that our finding might not be generalizable to all Malaysian students. Self-report data may also be influenced by social desirability bias, where students might respond in a way they think is socially acceptable rather than reflecting their true experience. So additionally, the cross-sectional design only provides a snapshot, so we cannot determine causality from our findings. So the future research could improve on this limitation by using longitudinal design to track changes over the time or conducting in-depth interview for richer insight into the student's perspective on bullying. So that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Welcome to this crucial presentation on social emotional learning with a focus on self-regulation. Today I will be sharing insight from a study that took place across three MARA schools. First, MRSM Bagan Datuk, second MRSM Johor Bahru, and third MRSM Merbuk. A total of 60 students participate, 20 from each school. The aim of the study was to uncover the current state of bullying within the schools, helping us better understand how to create safer, more supportive learning environment. First, finding analysis frequency of witnessing bullying. One of the first key findings was the frequency with which students witness bullying. Most students report that they rarely and never saw instances of bullying. This might initially seem positive. However, it brings attention to the fact that bullying often happen in subtle and hidden ways, making it challenging for schools to identify and address this issue effectively. This concerns nature of bullying calls for more nuanced detection strategy. Second, find a common form of bullying. The study identified that the most common form of bullying were verbal and social bullying. Verbal bullying include insult, teasing, or derogatory language, while social bullying involve action like spreading rumors and exclusion from peers group. This form of bullying can have a profound and lasting effect on a victim's mental health. This underlines that importance of proactive monitoring by school staff and the needs for a culture that discourage such behavior. Third, personal experience as a bullying victim. Although a smaller number of students admitted to being bullied, their experience highlight significant consequences. Victims share that bullying negatively impact their emotional well-being and in turn affected their academic performance. When students feel unsafe or unsupported, their confidence plummets and their motivation to learn diminish. This finding is a clear indicator that school must prioritize mental health support, for those who are affected. 4. Finding analysis impact of bullying. Our analysis revealed that the majority of students who were bullied experienced both emotional distress and a decline in academic performance. This dual impact showcase the need for school to intervene early and provide comprehensive psychological support to help students recover and maintain their academic and emotional resilience. Fifth, comfort level in reporting bullying. An important insight from our survey was that many students feel uncomfortable reporting incident of bullying. This reluctance to speak up could be due to fear of retaliation, lack of trust in the reporting system, or uncertainty about how their complaint will be handled. It signals the need for school to create safe, anonymous, and reliable channel for reporting, which empowers students to come forward without fear. 6. Perception of school anti-bullying action. Another key finding was the mixed perception students had regarding the school effort to address bullying. While some students felt that the school action we sufficient, others disagree. This divide highlight the importance of transparent communication between schools and students about the policy in place, the step taken, and the outcome of reported cases. Clear and consistent messaging can help build student confidence in this measure. 7. Main causes of bullying. Understanding the main causes of bullying was another focal point of our research. Students had varying perception of why bullying happens, which indicates that there might be gaps in awareness and education about the roots of bullying behavior. Schools could benefit from educational program that inform students about what drive bullying and how they can be part of the solution. 8. Awareness of bullying effect. Mixed perception. This means some students agree action of sufficient while others disagree. From this survey, what I can say, it must be emphasized the needs for clearer communication about anti-bullying action to students. 9. Effectiveness of anti-bullying programs. One area that stood out was the perceived effectiveness of anti-bullying programs. Most students rate this program as somewhat effective or held a neutral view. This suggests that while there are efforts in place, they may not be as impactful as intended. To address this, school might consider more engaging and innovative approach, integrating workshop, role-playing exercise, and regular counseling session to strengthen this program. Okay, next, lastly, we ask students for their suggestion on how school could better address bullying. Their recommendation include stricter enforcement of anti-bullying policies, creating safe and anonymous reporting system, and using preventive measures like isolating bullies from their target. This suggestion emphasize the needs for a multifaceted approach that balance disciplinary action with supportive practice. By incorporating this student perspective, school can craft more effective and empathetic anti-bullying strategies. So that's all from me, from my finding and analysis from our survey for this topic. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, I am Hamizah Binti Mahraja. So I'm going to present the discussion and the conclusion for mini research under the title The Perspective of Students Towards Bullying in School. Okay, let's start. Okay, the relationship of bullying with sociological theory, I found two theories that related. Okay, the first theory is the theory of symbolic interactionism. Okay, students who are often verbally and physically bullied may internalize negative label that can affect their self-esteem and behavior. For example, when the bullies call the victim an idiot or any harsh or insulting words, so it gives the label to the victim, and he or she will keep remember the insulting words toward him or her. Okay, and the second theory is the conflict theory. Bullying at school can be seen as a power struggle in which student dominates others to create a social hierarchy because of the inequalities in society. Okay, for example, there are two groups of the bullies who are feared by the students, so they show their power by bullying the weak student. Thus, a conflict theory happened between these two to show who is more powerful. Okay. So we go to the implication of bullying. Okay, I found 3 implications. Okay, for the first implication, it affected the victim who has been bullied. The second one, the bystanders who witnessing the bully activities, and the third one is the bully themselves. Okay, for the victims, the bullying can impact themselves. It can cause mental health problem and emotional distress, such as trauma, anxiety, depression, and also low self-esteem. Okay, the second effect is it can lead to post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD), and it can lead to self-harm. Third one, it can contribute to suicidal thought. It's very dangerous. Fourth, difficult to the victim will difficult to concentrate in studies, and also decrease in motivation to go to the school because they don't want to confront the bully. Okay, the person who bully them. Okay. Okay, for the bystanders, I found three implications for bystanders. Okay, the first one, the bystanders may feelings of helpless and guilt, especially if they are close to the victim, but they do not responsible or cannot do anything to help the victim. Okay. The second one, it can cause anxiety and fear because they fear of being the next target because they witness the bullying activity. And the third one, this is opposite implication from these two. Okay, the bystanders may normalize and accept this aggressive behavior. This is because they like to tend to be ignorant because they don't want to be the next target. Okay, so it is worried. It can awaken a student's sense of empathy. Okay, and for the bully, implication for the bully themselves. Okay. It can lead to their disciplinary actions such as suspension or dropping out of school. Okay, it can leave an effect. It can affect their academic performance and also the future opportunities because they have the bad record. Okay. The second one is it can lead to criminal behavior in the future if it is not curbed from the early. Okay, and then the recommendation and suggestion. Okay, the first suggestion is to develop the school of the government must develop an anti-bullying policy by tightening the current existing policy. Okay, what they can do? Okay, first they must expel the bullies from school immediately and place them in a moral rehabilitation school. This is to give awareness and also lesson to the bullies and also to the other students so they do not get involved in the bullying activities. Okay. then must compensate the victim. The bully must compensate the victim for damage done and the emotional damage with a commensurate fee. They have to pay for the effect that they leave to the victim. This is to give a great blow not just to the bullies, but to give to the parents also, to be more responsible in monitoring these children behavior everywhere and anywhere, anytime. Okay. The second suggestion is to create a peer support program by guiding students to be an active bystanders if they are witnessing the bullying activities. Okay. The school or the government need to create a secure and confidential online reporting system so that the bystander can report the bullying activities without fear or without fear to be the next target. Okay, so because this system will not revealing the identity of the reporter, and it is be more safe and secure. Okay. The third suggestion is to educate parents to recognize the symptom of bullying if the children is the victim. Okay, parents must learn strategies to support the children to encourage them for an open conversation so that their children will not fear to tell them the real story if he or she is being the victim for the bullying activities. And after the parents know their children is the victim, they should immediately informing the school to for the further action. Okay. And for the conclusion, student perspective on bullying at school highlight the profound impact bullying has on the mental, emotional, and academic performance. Bullying behavior that is rarely active, such as verbal teasing, is considered acceptable or part of school life, should be curbed because it can affect person's emotion. And the third one, and the third conclusion, we hope from our mini research there will be a more in-depth and detailed study also need to be done to overcome the issue of bullying in school in total. Okay, that's all from me and that's all from us. Thank you so much.